Now let's try our two metallics here, because the metallics is really where now we get something interesting. Whereas on this, we didn't get like the contrast feel, right? Like a gold, it's kind of every other gold paint. Maybe there's a little bit of shadow, but even then, and then a silver, same thing. Where if this isn't, there's a little bit here on top, but very little. So let's see with this pre-shading if it works or if it just covers like a motherfucker. Because it could be that good where it just covers everything up, which would also be like good news because like it's great paint. And like silver is one of those colors that you paint a lot when you do miniatures because most models have weapons. So finding a paint that does silver really well and really quickly is great news. And then let's try the gold. Same thing, but with the gold now, the Hoplite gold. Let's do, I don't know, yeah, the helmet. The reason I want to do the plates and the parts of the little dress is because there's a lot more black in it, so I want to see if the black shines still shows through. So again, we kind of oh, well, on the helmet we do get some of that shading in there. Okay. Silver here, let's look at that blade. So we get a little bit, but not too much, which brings me to like my next point, which is I don't really care that this is like this. So now the cool thing about this is that this is a pretty good base, but now if I just take my white guy here, whitey over there, and just add our Seraphim Sepia from Games Workshop, and if you want to be anti Games Workshop and you full army painter, just use one of the tones. This would be the soft tone from the army painter, but it's the same. It's similar. The Games Workshop washes are pretty good regardless. But now look at that. And then here we go. Now we're cooking because so now this is way more interesting than even this here where we get some contrast but not to the same extent. Like not anywhere near what we get out of, like, for example, the pink or even the brown with the gold. We don't get that. So however, it covers really well. Same thing with the silver. It covers really well. So we're gonna keep playing with it a little bit. And then we can do the same kind of thing where if we take, for example, the black contrast, and then we apply this a little bit thinned down on our Space Marine bolter. Now we got like good metallics with good contrast in there. Took us 2 paints and we're in business. So contrast plus 1 shading is pretty freaking good. So I like this because I was eager to try it. I like the way that they apply. So we're gonna definitely keep applying, but even with like a big contrast with the pre-shading with the black and white dry brush, we don't get like we get like some of it, but very little. Versus slam that down, add a shade on it, and then you're good to go. Same thing with the gold, where the gold now is just good old-fashioned gold, whereas this one here, a little bit lackluster, right? Little helmet, meh. But it does paint really well. Which brings us to a third test here. But really, the two interesting ones are these because while they don't do a big contrasty feel to them, they might just be the best silver and gold paint I've ever used since, Vallejo's liquid metal. That is completely insane to use and that no sane person can use across an army. But they're just that good. So now I want to test them on something that's not pre-shaded or something that's not straight up white. So we got Guardsman Dave to the rescue here. And Guardsman Dave is, gray and black. And then we're going to give the 2 metallic colors a try on both gray and on black just to see what we get. Because they could very well become my metallics of choice. I paint with metallics. I like metallic paints. And if this one applies really well and does like a killer job on any kind of color instead of just contrasty colors like white primer and whatnot, well, this might be our go-to going forward, you know. Let's give this a good try here. So this is our silver, so let's try it first on the gray just to see what's up. And just, you know, it just works. And then let's try it on the black part here. It's work. We're gonna give this some time to dry though, because sometimes contrast dries in a weird way. But I mean, so far, like, you can't even tell. You can't tell which half was black and which half was gray, just from the silver on it. So these paints are pretty freaking great so far. So Broadsword Silver, definitely rebuying this. Like, we're going to use this on, I don't know what, oh well, I'm about to paint a Grey Knight army, so we might give this the trial of a lifetime. Because the next step obviously is like, how do these things work through the airbrush, because we can airbrush with this for sure. It's liquid. It's already super liquid, so I have high hopes that these work well with an airbrush. So we're gonna give this a try next time, not now, but next time. So now let's give the gold the same kind of test. So this is pretty fantastic. Let's just do the other leg just to, because you expect gold on black to look good, because that's just how the nature of the beast. Same thing. We're gonna give it a minute to dry, but like, it's really hard to tell which is black and which wasn't black beforehand. I guess no. Okay, so the gold, you do see it. You do see a difference where you can see this side here lighter, much less. This one has like a little bit of the contrast. You can still see a little bit. Whoops. This side you can see a little bit more darkness to it, but not that big a deal. Whereas if we're to shade this, I don't think you'd know the difference. And then the gun, yeah, the silver is just flawless. And then so if we do the same trick that we just did with our shade on top of this, this is a, I don't know why people are not talking about this right now. I shit you not. This silver might be the best silver you can buy. Again, besides the wonky ones like Vallejo's True Silver, True Metallics line. That's just, you know, just a weird freaking. Don't look into that. This is just great. So overall, I'm very happy. Like, I'll be like fully honest with the Army Painter 1. I was like pretty much done with the Army Painter. Like, they broke my heart, like flat out. I was not only like a miniature painter, I was also a retailer. So not only did I not get like the paint that I kind of wanted and I hoped that it would be, but also I got jacked out of like a lot of money because it was a shit product. So that was, you know, they kind of broke my heart a little bit. Now with this, they're a little bit back. You know, they're a little. They've changed. And they are now different, and I'm going to give them a second chance, especially for these two guys here. You know, if it wasn't for these two guys, maybe I wouldn't bother changing. Thank you for watching this video. If you've enjoyed and found this useful, be sure to subscribe to the channel and let me know in the comments if there's anything else you would like me to talk about. I make all of these videos based on the questions from you guys.